Wow, Stormy Daniels is finally breaking her silence following the criminal conviction of Donald Trump on 34 separate felony counts at the criminal trial where Stormy Daniels courageously testified. In her recent statements made to the Mirror, she's kind of trolling Donald Trump and Melania, and she's telling Melania it's time to ditch your convicted felon husband. Let's take a look at what she wrote, but we know that she gets under Melania's skin. We previously played exclusively on the Mea Culpa podcast when it first launched some of the audio from Stephanie Winston Wolkoff of her speaking with Melania, where Melania was calling, we'll just say, Stormy Daniels some choice words. And of course, Donald Trump continued to refer to Stormy Daniels as no affair horse face because it's Donald Trump's maturity level and misogyny. But let's take a look at what Stormy Daniels told the Mirror. She says the following. She goes, she's dramatically broken her silence on convicted felon Donald Trump, demanding that he be jailed right now. She says, I think that he should be sentenced to jail and some community service, working for the less fortunate, or being the volunteer punching bag at a women's shelter. She says that he's completely out of touch with reality. She says, you always feel like you're the bad guy, even when you're just being up on that stand. Being in court was so intimidating with all the jurors looking at you, but I'm glad that the stuff came out in court that wanted to come out and prove. Like I said, I've been telling the truth the entire time. It's not over for me. It's never going to be over for me. Trump may be guilty, but I still have to live with the legacy. Stormy also told the Mirror that she was shocked over how quickly the jury found Donald Trump guilty on all 34 counts. When asked about what sentence she believes Trump should receive, she said, I'm not really sure. I don't know what the sentencing could be or what Trump will even understand. It's like when you have a child and sometimes you have to take the electronics away from them. But if your child is very artistic, they don't care. They'll just go color their coloring books. And then you have another child that, they don't want to go outside. You got to ground them or like take away electronics or don't let them have dessert. You have to find the punishment that not just matches the crime, but is fair and just, and that impacts the particular person. Who knows what that is with Donald Trump? And she also said, look, I don't know what the arrangement may or may not be between Melania and Donald, but Melania needs to leave him. Not because of what he did with me or other women, but because he is a convicted felon. It's been proven he is abusive. He was found liable for sexual assault and tax fraud and is now a criminal. He is neither Teflon Don nor Teflon Khan anymore, she says. And look, he's abusive and it's time to leave him, Melania. Now, I want you to remember what Melania had said about Stormy. We played it first on the Mea Culpa podcast a few years ago in the interview with Stephanie Winston Wolkoff. Here's how Melania referred to Stormy. Here, play this clip.
If you go Google and read it. And Annie Leibovitz shot the porn hooker, and she will be one of the issues September or October.
What do you mean she shot the porn hooker?
Stormy.
Shut the fuck up. For what?
Oh, you didn't read it? Yeah, it was yesterday came out. For Vogue. She will be in Vogue. Annie Leibovitz shot her.
And this is truly poetic justice for Stormy. This is what E. Jean Carroll, who also prevailed in her case against Donald Trump, posted. E. Jean Carroll writes, justice. And you'll recall that Donald Trump consistently would attack Stormy Daniels, referring to her as horse face, no attraction, no affair. Here, play this clip.
To bring charges against me for now ancient no affair story of Stormy Horseface Daniels. No attraction. No affair. I call it no affair. where there is no crime anyway.
By the way, here's another clip of Donald Trump where he made a major part of his campaign prior to the criminal trial, starting when there was a gag order, saying, "I never liked horseface, not a crime, no affair." Here, play this clip.
Marjorie is here, Truth to Vote, and they found at least 5 million instances on tape, and the courts didn't want to even look at it. The District Attorney of New York, under the auspices and direction of the Department of Injustice in Washington, D.C., was investigating me for something that is not a crime, not a misdemeanor, not an affair. I never liked horseface. It's just not. It's terrible. That wouldn't be the one. There is no one. We have a great First Lady.
Then, of course, all of Donald Trump's supporters would post horseface images to Stormy, and she would respond, "Tell me what types of things you Google without telling me what types of things you Google." By the way, it's also notable, Michael Cohen, who testified in the criminal trial against Donald Trump courageously as well. On an episode of Political Beatdown, Cohen also said that Donald Trump had referred to Lara Trump as horseface also, and the whole family was referring to her as horseface, and they called Stormy and Lara horseface. Here, play this clip.
That's a common phrase by Trump, believe it or not. They used to refer to Lara Trump before she married Eric as horseface. It's really unbelievable because not only did Donald used to do that, but so did Don Jr. and so did Ivanka when they were referring to her. I've talked about this quite a bit. It's cruel, even if it's true. It's cruel, and it just, as you said, it goes to his character. But that doesn't seem to stop. That doesn't seem to stop his supporters at all. They actually find it funny.
So, Cohen, the Trump family, Donald Trump, Don Jr., were calling Eric's wife, or at the time girlfriend, a horseface, the same name that Donald Trump uses to refer to Stormy Daniels?
Yes.
And this was Eric and Lara at that time. And at the time that Donald Trump had the relations with Stormy, which he still denies, by the way, to this day, Donald Trump was going on various media networks also, and he was talking about, doing you-know-what with his daughter Ivanka. Here, play this clip.
We want to know a little bit more about you guys, so we play this game here. It's called Fave 5. I'll ask the question. Ivanka, you answer first, and then Dad, you answer also.
This is tough.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
And it's interesting that Melania has said nothing, because previously, remember when the Access Hollywood tapes came out, Melania said that was locker room talk. Remember back then? Here, play this clip.
He described it as locker room talk. Mm-hmm. To you, you sort of alluded to that as well. Is that what it is to you, just locker room talk?
Yeah, it's kind of two teenage boys. Actually, they should behave better, right?
He was 59.
Correct. And sometimes I said, I have 2 boys at home. I have my young son and I have my husband. So, but I know how some men talk, and that's how I saw it, yes.
Donald Trump on Friday was whining about, he was saying the salacious information that was allowed to come in at trial. And Donald Trump said nothing ever happened with Stormy. There was anything, no relations. Here, play this clip.
Other people weren't able to testify, but with these people, they were able to use people salacious. By the way, and nothing ever happened. There was nothing ever happened, and
Donald Trump then reiterated those lies on Fox over the weekend and saying, oh, just such salacious things, and this has been really hard on Melania. Here, play this clip.
I have a wonderful wife who has to listen to this stuff all the time. They do that for this reason. They do that, all these salacious names that they put in of these people.
And I'm not even allowed to defend myself because of a gag order. Think of it. But they put this stuff in to create havoc. These are bad people. I know everything they're doing. I know every move they make. I get it. But a lot of people don't. But it's tougher. I think it's probably, in many ways, it's tougher on my family than it is in me. You know,
how's Melania doing?
She's fine, but I think it's very hard for her. I mean, she's fine. But it's, you know, she has to read all this crap.
What about Bear?
Oh, yeah, really hard on Melania? Well, remember when Donald Trump tried to bait Melania to leave wherever she was to show up? And Donald Trump was giving her like a fake award from one of his MAGA people, and she didn't show up, so he took the award, and they were saying, we're going to give Melania an award for helping the children. Remember that? And, okay, like, first off, she hasn't helped any children. And she destroyed the Rose Garden, and I can go on and on and on. But then Donald Trump holds it up. It's like, look what I won. Here, play this clip.
On board. We want to take this opportunity. I know First Lady couldn't get here, but we want to give Melania Trump the Child Advocacy Award because she did so much for children when she was First Lady. So, sir, this is for Melania. Please make your way to the boat.
Anyway, so bizarre. I'm glad that Stormy is finally breaking her silence and in a big way. And she's posting about it. Thanks to Chris and the Daily Mirror for chatting with me and for being so sympathetic about my friend and my teary eyes. Read my full story here. Enjoy, trolls. Thanks, Stormy. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 3 million.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram @MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.